Welcome to the Titleist Bay inside Roger Dunn Santa Ana. Remember, Worldwide Golf is home of the 90-day 100% satisfaction guarantee. We are here with Tom Fisher. You are the product director for Titleist, a man most qualified to talk about what we're going to talk about today. It's going to help you understand the GT driver line from technology through to our great hitting expert David here, who is going to run through the line and we can demonstrate results from each head. So to kick it off, we want to give the viewer here the best explanation of the technology in the GT line and separate them for us.
Yeah, of course. Yeah, Jack, pleased to be with you. Fantastic. Yeah, GT generation technology, got 4 models in the GT lineup. And all 4 models kind of share the same kind of construction, right? So we've got that seamless thermoform crown with that PMP material that makes it look and sound like a Titleist driver. But then with that discretionary mass with all these products, it's about unlocking more speed and stability with that split mass construction. And then again, giving you more speed across the face and in center face with speed ring and VFT. So all of these models are packed with tons of tech, giving performance for all golfers out there.
And you've just rounded out the line with the GT1.
That's right, yeah.
So let's kick it off there and talk about the GT1 specifically.
Yeah, GT1, what is the difference in GT1 and who is this really targeted for? It's targeted for any golfers looking for easy launch. It has the deepest CG in our lineup, so it's going to give you the highest launch with a bit more moderate spin rate compared to the others. Tons of forgiveness, lots of high MOI, but really it is geared to get the ball up in the air and fast as well.
And to hang in there for the video, we're going to demonstrate the results of this live on camera with David. So we're going to hit shots with each model, and that's a big one because we've got more to talk about on that model. So hang around and wait for Dave to hit that model. Yep. Let's jump into the 2.
The 2, yeah, 2 is fantastic. So a lot of players on tour are playing the 2 right now. When you look at JT, you look at Ludwig, ball strikers, and they're in the 2. And this is all about high launch with low spin. Forgiveness across the face, super high MOI on this product with a lot of speed, high launch, low spin. And I gamed this myself, so it's got to be good.
It's a really good driver.
It's a great driver, yeah.
Okay, let's jump into the 3 model.
Yeah, 3. Obviously kind of admired this shape, this absolute beautiful pearl shape. Got a lower, more forward CG than the 2. That you're going to create that higher launch, but a little bit lower spin than the 2. And then when you've obviously got the Sure Fit weight track up front, it was really allowing golfers and fitters to really dial in CG location that can unlock even more performance for a golfer.
Awesome. And then last but not least, the 4 there.
Yeah, the 4, got GT4. So this is our smaller shape. This is a 430cc. The others are all 460cc. And this is a spin killer, right? You've got fore and aft weighting in there. CG is really low forward, more of a mid-launch with a really, really low spin rate. And you can make this spin even lower. If you flip that heavy weight forward, oh my goodness, this is going to be really, really low spin. So those faster swingers out there, or even golfers that also maybe like a smaller profile, or simply just a high spin rate. You know, if golfers tend to cut across the ball, you shouldn't forget about the 4 because you also do have some good MOI properties in this as well. So 4 models, different CG locations, different performances. We've got a driver for everyone.
Okay, well, this is the part of the activation I think the viewers are going to enjoy the most. We are going to hit every driver in the line to make sure you get the best information to help you make a choice when you're picking from the GT lineup. We're going to kick it off with the GT2, and we're going to use Dave's shaft in every single one. So we've kind of got a nice baseline to test from.
Yep. 10 degrees, right?
Yep, 10 degree model in every head.
Okay,
right. Okay, 2 here. I kept some numbers basic here. We're just kind of looking at launch and spin, right?
Yeah.
Really identify what the flight's going to be.
Exactly, what golfers can expect to see from this performance.
So 10.8 degrees and 1900. Dave is predominantly a low spin player. He comes from the inside, he sweeps up at it. So it's interesting to see that these things are going to come out lower spin than most people would normally see.
It is a high launching lower spin with that where we put that CG in the GT2.
And this footprint, although 460 cc's through the 2 and the 3, the 1, 2, and the 3, you see that little squashed shape, and that's to help with that launch angle, right?
Yeah, I mean it's a little. All our shapes are slightly uniquely different, right? But they also have similarities. We've really gone more towards that kind of pearl traditional shape in all the products. Kind of moved away from more that modern shape. Why? You know, the 3 model has always been revered as being absolutely stunning. So we've kind of taken that inspiration and kind of applied that certainly to the 2 model as well. Yeah.
I mean, Titleist for me has always been that iconic look, that traditional gloss look, and now with your new technology in the crown, we're getting the benefits of those weight savings and CG changes, but with that traditional look still. Yeah,
we've been working on obviously multi-materials for a while, but we wanted to wait and do it our way, right? Find the material that gives us the weight savings we want, but also gives us the look, the sound, and the feel that we want from a multi-material product. So yeah, it's got to look and sound like a Titleist driver for sure. You're a robot, pretty consistent right there, mate. Bloody hell.
We'll take it, yeah, we'll take it.
All right, well, let's take you up to GT3. Okay, GT3, something you know and love. This is your gamer.
This is my gamer, yep. Shape is always beautiful.
So the GT3, we've also got that weight track up the front, which allows for a little more left to right potential adjustability or lining up CG with impact location.
Yeah, that's predominantly what we use it for. Yeah, obviously we moved the track up front from where TSR3 was. Remember that was in our, in the aft part of the construction. Well, obviously to help that CG get low and forward, which is what we were trying to do on GT, it necessitated moving that track low and forward, right? To move it forward. But yeah, we use that to manipulate face, but more actually we use it to line up CG. If you can line up CG with your impact location, there's a lot of good things happen. Speed goes up, launch and spin rate are preferred, more consistent launch and spin rate as well, and also dispersion because you get better gear effect, so you don't get as much kind of curves from off-center shots. So there's a lot of good things happen when you can really align CG using that track.
And making that as simple as possible, you are putting the weight in the location relative to where your player's striking in the face as close as possible.
Close as possible. So you've got 5 settings on the GT3. 2 towards the toe, 2 towards the heel, and obviously 1 dead center in that neutral position. So tons of fun that fitters and dedicated golfers can have with that track system.
Okay, well, we're going to move you up to the GT4, and then we're going to take a look at the numbers right at the end and take an overview of everything for you. Okay, GT4, this is the time when the actual CC drops down.
Yep, exactly, 430cc, again, using that CG, that split mass construction, and moving that CG even more lower and more forward to create more of a mid-launch to the lowest spin in our lineup. So it really is that kind of that spin killer, that spin reducer for a golfer.
And rather than the ability to move CG left and right in here, you've got that big weight that we can move front and back to tackle spin even further. That's
right, yeah, move it even, change spin even further. In fact, if you put that weight forward, obviously it gives you that lowest spin rate. It's actually interesting, if you put that heavy weight in the back, it almost creates, obviously higher inertia, gets you more forgiving, and it almost makes it a Mini 2 model, where that CG gets projected. It almost projected as a high launch, low spin type of product, like a GT2, in that smaller package. So again, that's another great option for fitters and golfers out there to consider.
Yeah, it's kind of rare to see something as high in inertia as that in the smaller package. So that player that's maybe the old school person that wants to see this little smaller shape and real traditional look, they get the technology working with them.
They do, yeah. Not quite up as the GT2, but certainly a boost up from where it is in the forward position for sure.
I was a little toey on that one, but
it's all right. That'll help the spin number.
Yeah. Well, that's the thing. Yeah, obviously, face impact can obviously play a big role on different. But look at that one, 320. You'll take that.
So the final driver head we're going to test is going to be the GT1. Tell us a little bit about how we've configured it for Dave, because there is another configuration that is not necessarily used in this situation.
Traditionally, our 1 model has always come in a lighter package, and that is going to be available to the golfer, where the head weight is about 9 grams lighter. But what we also can do, we also believe that all golfers at all speeds might need higher launch and a bit more spin to achieve their optimal launch and spin to get their optimal distance. So what we can do is we can add more weight back into the head. So we can use our sure fit weight, so we can add a +6. We don't get all the way back there, but we get within a couple of grams of the GT2, 3, and 4 head weight. So someone with Dave's speed, we can obviously help have it kind of mirror the weight that he's used to in his GT3 and really kind of see what this launch and spin does on the 1 model.
Yeah, and be aware that spin is not always a bad thing in a driver. If you've got a swing speed or a ball flight that's kind of low, this can really help you. Having that bigger weight in the back, even from the lighter package, only emphasizes that ability to launch the ball higher, see it carry further. So it's really important that we've gone through this process so you can understand how flight can help you hit your longest, straightest drives. let's get Dave into the GT1 and hit it.
Perfect.
Dave, give us some feedback on the look of this because, you know, it's different.
That, yeah.
Yeah, honestly, it's close to what I remember the two being before.
Yep.
So it really doesn't look too oversized. It's actually pretty nice.
Yep.
For a person, I like the 3 shape, and when I look down at this, it's just not all that different. So it's nice. It's good to look at.
Yeah, it's subtle changes. We refine the shape. Again, we're obviously trying to get that CG Jeep as well. So, you know, shape is going to necessitate that as well. But yeah, it's a great shape. But as I said, it's got that new aerodynamic, you know, boat tail. We've risen that boat tail up the back of the driver to make it more aerodynamic sound. And like I said, it's a little shallower as well than we were with TSR1, which again is going to help with club head speed for all golfers. I could also say that out of the lineup, this is our most left biased. We never make a left biased product, but you know, this is the squarest face out of all of our models. The 2, 3, and 4, we actually purposely designed them to be a little bit open, but this one is more neutral, more square, and it's 1 degree more upright.
So the lie angle's a little
bit more upright, yeah.
And also that lighter head weight, even with the increased weight we put in the back, being 3 grams under, is going to get the club back in front of Dave a little quicker than the other drivers.
Correct, yeah. So he will, as we can see here, he will definitely see it easier to turn the ball over. We're not going to see it go, you know, viciously left because we never make a CG location ever heel bias. We like to keep it very neutral. Yeah, subtle things in this will give it a little bit more left than the others.
Nice.
You know, I healed that one a little bit too.
Well, it's going to increase spin for us for sure. And this is not an experiment to find out which one goes longer. We're really looking at launch characteristics here.
We are. You know, and someone with Dave, he's got speed, right? So he's naturally going to generate some spin with this product as well. So, but again, it's all about finding the right launch and spin characteristics for you. And we've got 4 models with different CG locations. We even can change those CG locations by using different weights as well. So tons of options for the golfer to really get, you know, a GT that's really right for them.
Yeah, and it's fascinating. I know, like you said, I love the way that you've created a slightly draw bias driver here without having to have the draw bias look or naming convention, or it just adds that player who might have the right miss. This gives them a good option.
Exactly, yeah. We don't want to necessarily put, you know, kind of like, you know, stabilizers, you know, on the side of a driver. We're about, you know, very traditional looks, feel, and again, use subtleties with the product to really help change shapes and give you maybe that left bias if that's what you need. But again, you know, we've obviously got the sure fit hosel as well, right? So we have tons of a range of adjustability, changing face angle, changing lie angle as well, that fitters can use to help obviously with golfers unlock more performance and hit straighter drives.
Yeah. Before we give the viewers here the chance to review the numbers and talk about the details, let's talk about the other uses of the GT1 for the lighter package itself.
Yeah, so the Leica package is, as Dave's got it built in, he's got his traditional shaft, he's got that head weight back up. But like we mentioned earlier and you just said, we have a lightweight package, which actually is about 49 grams lighter than a GT2, GT3, GT4 as a standard build. Like I said, the head is about 9 grams lighter. We paired that with a super light air speeder, new Fujikura air speeder shaft that's about 20 grams lighter than our other featured shafts. And then we have a super light grip on there as well, which is 20 grams lighter than our other stock Titleist universal grips. So 49 grams of weight saving, so can really help that moderate to slow club head speed golfer generate more club head speed simply by it being lighter and being able to move through the air faster.
Perfect. Well, let's jump into some numbers and see what these heads do different from one another.
Yeah, love it.
Okay, Tom, let's take a look at the overview of Dave's numbers, and we kind of saw the 2, 3, and 4 all sit in the same wheelhouse for launch and spin.
Yeah, and that's what they're designed to do, right? We're all about that CG going low and forward to create, you know, great high launch with low spin conditions. And you can see, yeah, 2, 3, and 4 launch and spin rates were always around that 11, 12 degree mark, and spin rates from 2100 to 2500, which is exactly some really good launch window numbers there that any golfer is going to be really happy with.
Yeah, I love the way we set this up. You get to explain the technology and the theory behind it. You know, Dave's not a robot. We do have robots here at Worldwide Golf, but Dave isn't one. So he puts the real world into it, and this just highlights the fitting experience where we didn't see a massive separation between launch and spin of 2, 3, 4. So we can start using the head shapes, the feel, the look for the player,
Yep.
and dial that in, and that's why we're always going to be in a job, right?
Exactly, always in a job. And also look at which driver kind of gives you the most consistency as well, like what your standard deviation looks like, what fitters look at as well, is how consistent are those numbers, right? Because you can do it once, but how many times is it repeatable? So yeah, fantastic numbers, and yeah, obviously get fit to unlock the performance and really find out your perfect combination of head and shaft.
Yeah, and then the one was the most different out of the bunch, and this is the real standout, and why I guess we're here today is to,
Yep.
you know, round out the GT lineup with the GT1, this 6-gram weight configuration back. We pushed it to the limit of giving us that launch and spin characteristic, and it really showed up in the numbers.
Yeah, like I said, 2, 3, and 4 about that high launch, mid launch to always low spin. But GT1's the other way. We want higher launch and we want more spin, and it did exactly what we said it was going to do. So up to 13 degrees, nearly over a degree of more launch, and nearly 300 RPMs more spin, which is what we've always seen in player testing. So again, if a golfer needs launch and spin to get that ideal distance through optimal launch and spin, you know, the GT1's a great option. And also you can see it was a bit more left bias. It always kind of landed left of target compared to the other ones, which was again by design. It's the squarest face in the lineup, and it has the most upright lie angle. So it's going to have a bit more of a draw left bias for a right-handed golfer versus the other 3 models. So you've got tons of options there, and again, it did exactly what we expected it to do.
Yeah, well, that really closes it out for you guys at home to understand the product, but what it does highlight is that you can't just base it on the design features, you have to base it on your own empirical evidence in a fitting. To get that fitting, you go to Worldwide Golf, home of the 90-day 100% satisfaction guarantee. Go to worldwidegolf.com, book your fitting, or head to a Worldwide Golf retail location and just get into that fitting right away for your GT products. Get there.